Before we get to the actual video today, I just want to make a quick disclaimer about what happened prior to the previous video, which I deleted, which I'm going to try to name sort of the same, similar thing. Number one, I was not too happy with the video to begin with. I kept repeating myself, which was something I didn't want to do in the first place. I didn't even notice it until after a while I realized, holy crap, I kept repeating myself, and that was just terrible. Number two, I don't think I had my brain straight either, but number two, I didn't like one of the first comment I got on it, which was basically a really long letter to me that says, you didn't do this right, 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 and you definitely didn't do this right. And then he goes on to explain the comic book lore as well, and it made me feel really stupid. And I didn't like that at all. I am really against bullying, and if it makes anybody better about bullying me, I'm just gonna throw this out there. I have PTSD from all of the bullying and abuse that I went through over the years, and I'm only 25, so I've seen hell and survived it. And yes, bullying is a trigger for me, so keep that in mind. Also, if you want to correct me on something, do it in a nice way. Don't sit there and point out the obvious of what I said wrong or gotten wrong. Because here's the thing, I'm very forgetful. Sometimes it's hard to remember certain things that has happened through comic book history. And number four, I didn't start to learn about the other X-Men team until I was 15. There is a long line, there are 10 years of a line between 15 years old and now, okay? Because that's when I really started to get into the comic book discovery, exploration, sagas, everything. So, forgive me. So anyways, I am going to try and redoing this video, but just remember these three rules with the comments. If I don't like it, and if it sounds kind of rude to me, it will be deleted. Or, I will disable the comments completely and entirely, depending on how many of them I get in a row. And number three, the video will be, if it gets too far out of hand, instead of being deleted, it will be privated. So, let's keep that in mind. So without further ado, we're going to try and get back into the New Mutants X-Men vibe. So, let's hope that this goes better for all of us. So, without further ado, here we go. Hey guys, I'm Lazy here, and I'm just gonna do this video and wing it without doing it in the rather spectacular way that I did it the last time. But we're just gonna throw it out there. I've been a fanboy of Marvel ever since 1999. I grew up with the fantastic series that they produced, such as Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, Spider-Man the Animated Series, and X-Men the Animated Series, as well as the Fantastic Four on top of that. I was a big fan of everything that Marvel was producing out, the Hulk animated series, Iron Man not so much. But however, there are some things that do exist in comic book realm that usually you don't discover until a later age. I didn't really get too big back into comic books until I was around the age of 15 years old, which is a pretty long time considering when I started reading comics, and then from there on point. I guess you could say it was probably due to changes with me, probably that I forgot about my comics because I actually had a pretty good sized collection when I was growing up, and I think that since I moved around so much, I might have lost a few of them. But there are other X-Men teams out there besides just the original X-Men. There's Young X-Men, the New X-Men, Generation X, X-Men 2099, and the topic of today, the New Mutants. As far as I understand with the New Mutants, they are not just like the typical X-Men that I grew up with. These guys deal with a lot of strange crap in their days. And oh boy, do they deal with a lot of strange crap. This is a new team of New Mutants that do exist on here, and their adventures go to the deeper depths than you could ever imagine. The team of being Daniel Moonstar, aka Moonstar, Cannonball, Sunspot, Wolfsbane, and forgive me because I cannot remember who is the last member. But this team is definitely not like this typical Marvel group. You know, the typical X-Men group deal with, well, what else? They deal with supervillains, political stuff, they deal with life choices, and everything. And yes, I am aware about them announcing Bobby Drake is gay. I was kind of sitting there in the background going, they should have done this a while ago. Not to sound rude or anything or go off topic, but it was kind of apparent that after a while in the comics that eventually you'd find out. But a lot of people go, but Bobby and Rogue. I know that about Bobby and Rogue in the X-Men movie. I rooted for them as a couple, but now with everything that's been going on, I can understand it. But back on topic, the New Mutants. They were created, I think, back in the 90s, and these guys were full of kind of 90s aesthetics. They dealt with weird crap, which us in the 90s we all grew up with. You should just look at some of the weirdest crap that we grew up with back in the 90s. We had a singing dinosaur on ice. I will respect all of you who get that reference. But anyways, yes, the New Mutants. They are a team of mutants that have been brought together for a different reason. In the original, back in 1963, I feel old saying that, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby created the X-Men. Lee originally wanted to call them the Mutants, but in regard to his publisher saying nobody knows what a mutant is, he changed the name. The origin back then was that this was a team brought together because of life disbanding them from humanity since they were different from humanity, which is a big topic about segregation and racism back during the 60s. Which is kind of still a big topic of the X-Men still to this day, which is actually pretty unique. But then the New Mutants come along and, oh boy, weird. So, how does this get any weirder? Oh boy. Well, let me read you what I already know from this segment of the movie. Daniel Moonstar was saved by a mutant and wakes up inside a crazy hospital with the other mutants, including the one who rescued her, and they are all trapped in this asylum. Did I mention the asylum was for mutants? Oh yeah, they're that team. There are several hundred of Marvel teams that deal with weird crap. Primarily, you would probably think of first the brother. You would probably first think of probably Marvel's Illuminati. That's Fantastic Four, Guardians of the Galaxy. There are people who kind of deal with not your typical stuff. Even for DC, it would be the Doom Patrol. They are a team who do not deal with the typical type of normal stuff. And then all of a sudden comes along the New Mutants, and then that happened. Not all of the mutants that exist in the Marvel franchise are going to be the superhero type of deal team, but that was the team that I grew up with, and it's the one that I know most of. We have the annoying loudmouth of Deadpool. We also have some other teams that don't deal with the typical political drama and everything like that. Sometimes they deal with outlaw stories, or clones, or dying. Mostly dying. What have we done to my favorite superheroes anyways? So let's talk a little bit about the trailer and about the movie coming out this year. The movie was cancelled back in 2019. Sad. But now we have it here. So I'm just going to throw this off the bat and rant just a little bit. This is not what I'm used to. Now I know that this is maybe like a controversy thing, like I have to stick with what I know, and I'm not too far into the New Mutants. I know that I should probably get some research, probably do some reading, probably do a lot of things before I go and see the movie, so that way there I'm kind of caught up into the realm of who these guys are, what they represent, etc., etc. But, however, I kind of want to see the movie first, and then go into what happened in the movie of the franchise. So I'm very eager to see the movie. Number two, well, again, going back to number one before I forget. I'm just used to the X-Men being a superhero team, which was what the Bryan Singer movies were, sort of. So turning it into a horror movie franchise that Marvel's trying to do kind of upsets me a little bit, but I'm willing to work with it. Number two, the actors, I just have to point this out here because I am a fan of those movies, so don't judge me. The actors and actresses for right now, from what I've seen, do not look like how they're supposed to. I know it's just a nitpick, and it's just the tiniest nitpick ever, but I don't like it. I just don't like it. So yeah, I just am not a fan. I'm just not a fan of that. So I am willing to give the movie a shot. I am willing to go in with a free mind. I am willing to observe the movie. I am also willing to do a review. The only way how I will do a review is under the two reasons. One, if everybody in the comments asks me nicely to review the movie, either when it comes out or when it comes out on DVD, giving me a chance. And two, let's see how many likes I can get to this, how many likes I can get on here. There's no maximum limit, but I just want to see how you other Marvel fans, how you New Mutant fans will do for this. I am a guy who loves horror movies, so knowing me, I'll probably love it anyways. Also, there were Easter eggs in the trailer. If you can tell me what Easter eggs that you saw in the trailer, we will be best friends forever. And you have to know what movie that they came from. You don't have to state like this. It came from, what you just say, for example, The Shining back from 1981. No, you don't have to be that specific. But you can be like the Easter eggs were insert. I know that for a lot of people that are fans of Marvel and are fans of like Spider-Man and what they're used to with like the Fantastic Four, the Incredible Hulk, the Avengers, they're not going to be so used to the whole horror element of thing. They're still trying to get over what happened in Infinity War. But yeah, however, I'm willing to give it a chance. And I'm going to say this too. I accept the apologies of of everybody who sent me an apology over the last video. I'm sorry for the way that the last video went. So, for now, I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that you guys are excited for the movie as I am. I have to state that because, to be honest, I pretty am much excited for the movie. So, thank you guys once again for watching. You can follow me at Twitter with a link in the description below. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hey guys, you watched my new video. Thanks, that means a lot. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out some of my other mutant-related videos on the screen now. And also, I do want to say I was sorry for the way that the older video turned out, and hopefully that this one does better. So again, thank you so much for watching. I'm so eager to see the movie, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.